Hello and welcome to another Game Developers Vlog, in which I'll mostly be talking about the level editor that I've recently made functional for this game, Copenhagen Crisis. It is a project in development, a practice project for me, designed to teach me a number of things about game development. It is one in a long series of small projects that I've set up for myself in my journey to become a full-fledged game developer. More of that in a little while. First, let me mention the setup here. It is my streaming setup rather than my vlog setup. But as a lot of the people who watch my vlogs seem to like it, and as it's very convenient for me, I think I'll use it for my vlogs in the future, unless I need more space to show off whatever it is I want to show. Another thing I want to talk about shortly are these pictures of me modeling a few new additions to my webshop, notably the runner's tights, which became available at the print shop that I'm using very recently. Being an avid runner, I was quite excited about that, so I made a design, and I've just tried them now. I received them a few days ago, and I've tried them. They work. They look cool, they warm you ever so slightly, and they stay up. Not much beyond that. They're quite cheap. Hope you look into it. I'll make more designs soon, I think. With that said, let's get into the meat of this video, the game and the level editor. In the last vlog I made, I showed you the level editor mode, in which you could do precisely nothing. Well, you could move the cursor around, but you could do nothing else. Now you can make a level. Starting, I'll place two of these, what I call portals, and then I'll place a few intersections of various kinds. These dictate how cars move in my game. They can enter and exit the level through these portals, and then they can drive around and choose directions randomly at these intersections. Pressing a certain button here, I can make these weird beeping noises and also get the ability to place or replace a player character, the player character, and making a few other weird noises, I can place some entirely decorative pieces of lawn. The sound is the result of me playing around with a function called beep, which I did when I researched sound creation or rendering. Of course, I want music and sound effects in my games eventually. There won't be any in this game because it's far too complex and beyond the scope of what I'm trying to learn with this project. But sometime in the future, there will be sound. I promise you that. When you're happy with your level or just bored of working on it, you can press the consolidation key, which replaces the previous level you saw, the default level, which loads every time you start the program, and replaces it with this. Then you can switch back into the play game mode, and you can now run around in this level just as you could in the default level, shooting your gun entirely pointlessly. Well, it's not entirely pointless because it makes these beautiful explosions, or colorful at least. Whether they're beautiful or not is up to you, I suppose. And you can watch the cars drive according to their whim. That's it. You can't save any levels yet, but you will in the future. If I were to quit the program, it would be erased. I can, as long as I don't quit the program, I can go back into the editor and keep editing the level. But for now, this is it. I might actually offer this or a slightly more advanced version of it for download, because a few of my followers have expressed a desire to play around with the level editor when it was done. So if I do, I will certainly make a vlog about it and inform you of that. If you like this sort of thing, or videos about game development, or are interested in my other ideas, because I have several ideas for games, hopefully culminating in my grand vision of a mechanically quite deep role-playing game. It is my goal, among others, but my main goal for game development. Then I suggest you follow me using the links to my YouTube, Twitch channel, Instagram, my webpage. You can find out more about my game development there. Also, download the only other game that I've finished, the only game I've really finished, called Untrodden Lands, which is a kind of roguelike role-playing game for PC. Not very well coded though. I also paint and I write and I make some fashion, and you can also learn about those things through the links. I don't think there's much more to say, really. I think I've mentioned everything I want, and hence I will thank you for having watched this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and wish you a good time of day, and goodbye.